Mr. Washington, how much money are you seeking from the defendant, JP's Mercedes service?
Well, I'm seeking $6,500 for the inconvenience. And if you look at the page where the parts are, ma'am, I don't know if you have that. I got a copy. I don't know how to switch the camera around. But the part kit was only $438. And each individual part, there's one, two, three, four, five, six pieces. And when I called this man, I told him, I said, I do make mechanic work, but I've never worked on Mercedes. I've worked on Chevrolets, I've worked on Fords, stuff like that. And I built motors, I built race cars, I built my own truck, and he says, then why don't you do it? I said, sir, I don't have the tools to work on a German-made car. So I asked him, I said, well, what would you charge me? He said, $3,000. I said, $3,000? I said, why so much? Well, I have to pull the whole front of the motor off, the timing chain cover, I got to drop your oil pan, drain all the oil, pull all the pulleys off. That's why. So I said, well, yeah, that's quite a bit of work. So I said, okay. So I said, well, I'm expecting a lawsuit to come in because I'm on disability. So I'm expecting a lawsuit to come in. So when the lawsuit comes in, I'd like to get the car fixed because the car's been sitting a while. So he said, well, when you get your money, just call me. So I said, okay. I called him on September 10th and told him that I had received my money. Wait, hold on, Your Honor. Let me make sure I got the right date.
Mr. Washington, what business did you have with the defendant? Did you hire the defendant to do work for you in some form or fashion?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
What kind of work did you hire the defendant to do for you?
Mechanic work, ma'am.
On a vehicle you owned?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. And did you sign a contract with the defendant for the work to be performed?
Let me see. I don't believe I did. Or maybe
did they give you an estimate for the repairs before you
like I said, he told me $3,000, but he wanted half up front, which I gave him.
All right. So, Mr. Washington, you took your car to the defendant, and he made a $3,000 estimate for repair?
Yes, ma'am.
And it was half up front and half later?
Yeah.
Did you sign anything with him?
I don't believe I did, ma'am.
Did he give you a written estimate or an evaluation?
I have a copy of, he actually gave me two copies. The first copy I lost, and it was just stating that I had given him the $1,500 up front.
Okay, that's you paying, but I'm talking about, like, what do you know you paid for?
No, he didn't show me any parts price or nothing like that. No, where he bought the part. No.
Mr. Washington, Mr. Washington. Is JP's Mercedes service a business, or is this just someone who's doing business that way?
No. It's a business.
Okay, so you drove to the place of business for JP's.
I had my car towed to him, man.
Okay, so you get your car towed over there. You need to have repair work done. Does the Mercedes shop give you in writing, this is the type of work that we're going to do for $3,000?
I wish I could switch the camera around so you could see. I thought that y'all had a copy because I had a copy to y'all.
Well, we have 7 photos.
Yeah, the photos, and I sent a copy of the receipt from JP Mercedes Invoice.
So, okay, then is that the only thing you got from JP's Mercedes Invoice? Is that the whole thing? This is I see it for $3,000. Is this it? This is what you got from them?
Yes, they gave me one before that. It said $1,500 up front. And then when I lost that receipt, and then when I picked the car up, this is all he gave me, ma'am.
Okay, he gave you this. Now, this doesn't indicate that you paid anything. It just says $3,000, all parts and labor included. This is everything. It's gonna Engine noise, they're gonna remove the valve covers, or this is actually after that, removed valve covers, chain rails were broken, serious engine damage, replaced the broken rails, chain on upper section, chain rail pins, valve stem seals, valve cover gaskets, chain tensioners, all parts and labor. So I take that to mean that this is what happened and this is what they did to fix it, and all that together was $3,000. And Mr. Washington, did you pay this $3,000?
Oh, yes, I did, ma'am.
Okay. And did you
And
get
you
your car
know,
back
if
from them?
when I dropped it off, the mileage was 160, 447. Oh wait,
I see that.
160,447 was when I dropped it off. The mileage when I put on it was 165,312. That's on like 5,000 miles.
When you picked it up, it had 5,000 more miles on it?
No. That's the miles I put on it after I picked it up before it broke down. And it's been sitting ever since. Been
Okay.
sitting over a year, almost a year.
All right. So you went to the defendant's office, to the defendant's shop, and you had $3,000 of work that you paid for. What is your lawsuit about?
My lawsuit, a guy backed into me, and I had Lorenz, and they messed me up too.
No, I
But
mean, what are you suing JP's Mercedes service for? Because
I'm suing them for 6,500.
and you said that was for inconvenience. Inconvenience isn't something you get in
No,
Texas,
half
sir.
of it. No, what I'm saying, half of it for the money I paid him to fix the car, and he didn't. If you have the pictures, ma'am,
No. Okay, Mr. Washington. You took your car, you gave them $3,000, you got it back. Did they fix the car, or is that what you're suing for? You're saying that they didn't do anything. You want your $3,000 back.
no, they fixed the car, but I didn't put but 5,000 miles on it, and they didn't replace all new parts because there were parts missing. He put used parts in it out of his shop that he had because I took the car apart. But I took the valve covers off before I brought it to
Okay,
him.
Mr.
So I
Washington.
know what to tell him what was wrong with the car.
Mr. Washington,
Yes,
I don't
ma'am.
see anything in your invoice that says they had to use new parts.
Well, usually when you spend $3,000, you're not going to spend it for used parts.
I actually would. I don't know that, sir. I hear all kinds of wild prices for cars.
Well, that's why if you could see, I have you should have a copy of the parts and the price of the part.
Who provided that list, sir?
This guy was from the dealership on IH-35, and the guy that gave me the printout is the guy that recommended me to John's Mercedes.
Okay.
So he said, well, don't buy the kit because I'm going to hook you up with a guy and he's going to have fix all that for you. I was like, okay. So then I called him, and that's when he told me the $3,000. That's how I got his number.
That's right. I got that, Mr. Washington. You paid $3,000 to the Mercedes place, and they gave you a repair, and you drove around for 5,000 more miles with it.
Yeah. And then
I do not understand what your lawsuit is for then.
If you take new parts with old parts, the weakest part is going to break.
That may be true, but here's the thing, Mr. Washington. In order for me to be able to, what you're trying to say is that if they hadn't given you used parts, your car wouldn't have broke down after 5,000 miles. Is that what you're getting to?
No, what I'm saying, ma'am, I would have went and bought all new parts, the kit, for $438 and put it together, and I would have been fine. But
you didn't do that. You spent $3,000 and got used parts.
That's what he put in there. That's what I'm saying. Yeah. He didn't get new parts. He put used parts in.
And Mr. Washington, I understand your frustration that seems wrong, but what I'm saying is that nothing on this document tells me he had to give you new parts.
Hello? I lost you. Oh.
Right. See, on this receipt that you gave me, this is what you got. It doesn't say that that you were paying for new parts. Do you have anything in writing or on his website that tells me When
I
you
was,
created
man,
this deal, it was included with new parts. It just says parts.
when I gave him the $3,000, I assumed that since the guy recommended me from the dealer, that he was gonna buy the kit and
Yeah,
put in there.
but
I
he didn't.
wasn't. If I had known he was gonna put used parts in it, I wouldn't have had him do it. I would have went somewhere else.
Did you?
I'm sorry if I'm starting to get a little excited. I'm not in the
I
best of
understand, Mr.
health.
Washington.
And this guy, because I'm just saying, how many other people did he screwed over too? They don't know about mechanics. I'm smart enough to know how to build cars and trucks, and that's what I told him straight from get go. And when he asked him why don't you do it, I said I don't work on German cars. I don't have the tools because it's different tools. So he said, well, I can do it. I said, okay. He even actually got the tow company from next door to him. He might even got a commission out of that. I don't know that, but he's the one that recommended the tow company.
Mr.
I
Washington.
couldn't even call the tow company. He said,
Mr.
I got a tow company, come get your car. I said, okay. And I had to pay them $360 to get it to him. So, I'm a little upset, ma'am. And I don't mean to sound, really irate with you. Everybody in my family, I'm Irish, Black, and Indian. So we get very irate and loud. And I don't mean to.
You're
I
fine,
just
sir.
want to apologize for that, man, because I'm not trying to, I don't want you under the impression, but this guy just going off on me because
Oh,
I'm
you're
not.
fine. I've had people go off. You're doing just fine. Mr. Washington, you're frustrated. Here's what it comes down to, though. So in the receipt you've got for me, it just says $3,000. And that doesn't break down parts or labor. It says it's all included. And
Yeah,
so what that means then is that you paid $3,000, good or
but not
bad deal. And it doesn't say that it could be that they only charged you $100 for the parts and it's $2,900 for the labor. But nothing on its face tells me
it's
that you did
broke
not
down.
receive.
Nothing is broke down
That's right.
individually.
And in order for me to be able to give you back money, you would have to show me that they didn't perform the labor or that you overpaid for the parts because the parts were priced wrong. Here they've put it all together. And you did get your car back and they did do the work on it. So I can't find that they didn't do the thing that you paid them to do.
But ma'am, if I could get you to look at the pictures, I should have marked them A, B, C, so you know which ones I'm looking at. You could see there was like bright yellow, and you could see like the brownish color. The brownish color is the old. The yellow one is the new.
I get that, sir. But the
But
invoice doesn't say they can't do that, right? Like I looked at the photos. I don't really know. I'm looking, I see
ma'am,
is that a chain? Listen, I can't fix a car. I can check
yeah.
my oil and drive into the
Well,
deep, right? But it says
well,
that
see,
these,
with
again,
that,
don't change this bill.
uh,
I'm so sorry, Mr. Washington. I know that's frustrating.
I haven't slept for 2 days worrying about this crap. Waited almost a year to get it done. Now this,
Frustrating.
but
Mr. Washington, I'll give you, I can't give you legal advice. That would not be what I do. I will give you some information. If you find yourself at another repair shop like that and they give you an invoice, have them break down the parts and the labor and specifically put, are the parts new or old? I regularly have lawsuits with mechanics where it is used parts. In fact, people elect the used part because it is so much cheaper than to buy it
no,
brand
no.
new.
I understand that part, ma'am. But being a mechanic and the way that he spoke to me is really chapped my butt.
I get
When
it.
I called him to tell him about it, it's like he knew that it was just a matter of time, and I call him back. And a place of business, you don't answer a customer that you just met, you're dealing with the very first time, and I would have been better off doing it myself. But the way he answered when I called him, that's what really chapped my butt.
That I
He said,
understand.
"Oh, so you're bringing me more money?" And I said, "Excuse me?" That's what he said to me. My right hand to God.
Yeah.
That's what he said to me. And
Mm,
I said, "Excuse me, you're a place of business. I don't know you like that. You're not a friend of mine. This is the first time I've ever dealt with you. And you're going to conduct your business like that? Are you going to bring me some more money?" I said, "Come on, dude." And then my son took me there on January 4th
I
to talk
understand.
to talk to him about this. He didn't even want to look at the picture to see what was messed up.
Mm.
And I should have brought the news people in because I threatened to do that and I didn't. And
Mr. Washington, you absolutely can leave a review and you can share your experiences with that dealer, with that repair shop. Today, it is a plaintiff take nothing. Now you have a couple of things, Mr. Washington. You of course can appeal my decision, right? Nothing prevents you from explaining how frustrated you are with the situation or with the service you received or with the, it sounds like lackluster customer service. I would agree with that. And then can I also, just for my own vanity, point out that the name of the defendant, JP, is not at all related to a justice of the peace, because I'm a JP too.
oh,
And
I
we're
wasn't even
not,
that never
I know, I'm just
even
putting it out
crossed
there
my
though. I'm just
mind,
like,
man.
that's
Never
JP's
crossed my
Mercedes
mind.
service. That's not mine, okay?
No, that never
Mr.
crossed my
Washington,
mind.
I want to thank you for your patience. I want to thank you for pursuing your case. I know it is a frustrating outcome. Um, if you get work done, have them put down if it's new or used parts though, right? Because that's really an element here.
But
If
see, yeah.
if you want to
Okay.
appeal, you have 21 days to do so. So remember what you're feeling today, think about it tomorrow, think about it the next day.
But let me ask you this.
Okay, sir.
Honest answer. What would the appeal do? If I lost this one, what would an appeal do? It's nothing but more time and a little more money that I definitely don't have. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, Mr. Washington, I
I'm working
thank,
on limited ends here. With disability, I worked hard all my
yeah,
life
yeah, yeah.
and not helping too much.
Your appraisal is not incorrect in many ways. That's as much as I can say, because I can't give you legal advice, but I understand what you're saying is that if you don't have any better evidence, if this is it,
This is it.
but that I don't know. There's different judges, right? I'd say what I have to say as the judge is I have to say, well, you have your right to appeal, and I can't give you anything greater than that. Although I understand what you're saying, and I definitely see the current of frustration there. So thank you for having been a good mechanic for many years. Truly, I'm sincere.
Absolutely.
I hear a lot of these cases. So, Mr. Washington, very, very best of luck to you, and I hope that I encounter you in a positive way going forward. All right, sir.
Okay, thank you much. You have a
Thank you
good
so
day.
much. And also, you did great with technology. So don't tell people you don't know what you're doing because you rocked and rolled it on Zoom.
Oh no, a friend of mine, my neighbor, helped me hook in all this stuff. Cause you know what? And I started to interrupt you, or not interrupt you. Wait until you got done with the clerk. That man is only 5 minutes away from you. His shop is 5 minutes away from you. And I
Well,
was like, I live in Del Valley by
yeah.
Coda Racetrack. My right hand to God again. I was threatening to ride my bike to y'all's courtroom.
Oh, we don't want you to have to do that. So there's too much
But
construction.
see, I didn't. Hey, that's how I felt,
Determined. I got it.
betrayed,
Mr.
and
Washington,
I was gonna
two thumbs up
let
for
him
you,
show
sir.
up,
You're a good
and
person.
I didn't show up, and he won the case because I didn't show up. And
I
now
know.
it's
No,
reversed.
just
He didn't show up, and I still lost the case.
I got it. Mr. Washington. I'll leave you with this one. This is it. I always say because
Uh-oh.
I understand that frustration. As a lawyer, I had this moment with my clients. What I say is sometimes it is you got a moral argument, you got a reasonable argument. Unfortunately, the other side has the lawful argument, and that awful part of the law is what's jumping out today. I know it. But Mr. Washington, you keep being a good person. You keep doing yourself what you're doing because you're two thumbs up from me in terms of how you handled yourself. Okay.
Okay, thank you much, Your Honor.
Good
You
luck
have
to
a
you, sir.
good
Thank
day.
you so, so very much. All parties are excused. We appreciate it.
Bye bye.
Um,